Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm David Custer. Here's a look at the stories we are following tonight. Crime Stoppers releasing new description details to try to identify the person they're seeking in last Friday's shooting at a Saginaw Family Dollar. On New Year's Eve around 9, a man walked into the store on East Genesee Avenue and shot an employee, Ariana Flynn, in the face. She's expected to make a full recovery. The person police are seeking is around 5'8", weighs between 140 and 190 pounds, and is believed to be 17 to 25 years old. Now, Crime Stoppers is offering up to $11,000 for information leading to an arrest. New details: an investigation into the sexual assault of a child led to the suspect taking his own life. Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson says the investigation began Christmas Day when deputies were called to Atlas Township in the assault of a child under the age of 10. Deputies later found the suspect, 61-year-old Joseph William Wyrick, at his residence in Genesee Township. Swanson says Wyrick ran into his home as two deputies pursued him. He grabbed a shotgun, turning it on the deputies, who then retreated outside.
We're trying to talk to Wyrick about putting the gun down. Shortly after they secured the perimeter of the home, he came out of the yard, had the shotgun. Wyrick did not comply. Wyrick actually turned the weapon on himself and killed himself in front of the deputies.
Swanson said Wyrick exclaimed he was not going back to jail. The Isabella County Sheriff's Office asking the public for help in identifying this person. Investigators say he's a person of interest in a retail fraud case. They offered no further information. And now here's Brian with your forecast.
Thanks very much, David. After a wild, windy, snowy Wednesday here in mid-Michigan, I think we could use a little bit of a break as we head into the second half of the week. We'll get a break from the widespread snow, blowing snow, and windy conditions. However, the Arctic air that's just beginning to settle in for tonight, that's going to hold through the end of the work week. Sky Tracker tonight showing our latest disturbance. Low pressure now east of Lake Huron, and that'll continue away into New England over about the next 24 hours. Behind it, we have the secondary cold frontal boundary over the state. That'll sink southeast behind the low, that is, as we move into the overnight period, keeping just enough wind in place to still support some scattered snow showers, but not nearly the widespread lake effect snow that most of us were enduring for most of our Wednesday. In fact, we see here hour-by-hour forecast going from 8 o'clock to midnight. Pretty stark reduction in the overall coverage of the snow shower activity, but not gone completely. We will, that is, still see some flakes from time to time as we head into the overnight period. Heading over toward our 8 o'clock hour on Thursday morning, the winds are going to start to take on more of a north to northwesterly direction. So that'll tend to pull a lot of the lake effect snow activity back to the west side of the state, with a few breakaways working into mid-Michigan during the day tomorrow. But it's these bands that you see over Lake Huron in particular that we're going to pay attention to. Heading into midday on Thursday, tomorrow afternoon around 3 o'clock and into the dinner time hour on Thursday, you see a lot of that tends to stay out over the open waters of Lake Huron, but occasionally some bands may develop and back in closer to the north end, east end of Huron County. And that'll become especially apparent tomorrow night into the start of our Friday morning. And while it's not a guarantee that we're going to see, widespread snow in those areas throughout the next couple of days, chances are higher that, again, those bands may pivot inland from time to time. So while most of us for the rest of our Wednesday night into the start of our Thursday morning really stand to pick up less than an inch of new snowfall at this point, things may be a bit more substantial, again, depending on exactly how those lake effect bands in Huron County pan out. In fact, going out past the midnight hour on Friday into the early morning hours of Saturday, especially in areas between about, say, Port Hope and Port Austin, it would be on the extreme end, but it's a possibility that if we get these lake effect bands to linger long enough in these areas through the next couple of days, over that span, you could pick up locally around 6 inches of snow, maybe even in some more extreme cases, locally higher amounts possible. But this is going to be an event that would just be limited mostly to the far northern thumb. And again, dependent on those lake effect bands, but just illustrating that that possibility is there for you folks to still pick up quite a bit of snow in the next 48 hours. Big thing is going to be for everybody, just the cold that's left behind here. Into the overnight period, heading toward midnight, we'll continue to see wind chill values in the single digits or low teens at best. Back and forth between wind chills in the single digits, barely into the low teens as we're heading out first thing on Thursday morning, and really no change throughout the day on Thursday. Staying in those single digits to low teens for the real feel all throughout Thursday, even with lighter winds, because we're just going to be dealing with much colder air now as we move into the second half of the week. So low temp tonight around 17 degrees. Scattered snow showers continuing, breezy and cold. Wind chills in the single digits, if not near zero at times, as we head on into tomorrow morning. And then your first warn 5 7-day forecast, 20. That's it for a high temp on Thursday. More scattered snow showers, single digit lows Thursday night. Highs not even making it out of the teens on Friday. Another round of single digit lows that night. An oh-so-brief warm-up back to the 30s with a late evening mix Saturday into Sunday morning. But then we're right back to Arctic air Sunday night into Monday with more single-digit lows and Monday's highs limited to the mid-teens.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.